Mental health is a life sentence without parole. Too many of us carry invisible wounds, trauma, loss, shame, and silence. I created the Crawl, Walk, Run podcast to break that silence, to give a voice to the voiceless. This is not just a show. It is a platform, a place where authors, veterans, artists, survivors, and everyday people can share their truth without fear of judgment. We crawl through the darkness. We walk toward healing. And we run into purpose. Together, we will build this community. This podcast is about resilience, about stories that matter, and about reminding the world that your voice could save someone's life. I'm your host, Steve-O, and this is Crawl, Walk, Run.
Dr. Michael Copeland is an accomplished educator, author, and consultant dedicated to empowering communities through education, leadership, and faith. With over 15 years of experience in education and social services, Dr. Copeland has served as a teacher, wraparound coordinator, and school leader, supporting hundreds of students and families across Cleveland and Nashville. He is the author of several inspirational works, including The Journey of One Determined Educator, and has delivered powerful keynote speeches, such as at Case Western Reserve University's Black Graduation, and shared his expertise as a panelist at the International Impact Book Awards Conference. Dr. Copeland also hosted the Michael Copeland Education Hour, a radio show once broadcasted across 7 states to more than 100,000 listeners for over 4 years until 2023. Dr. Copeland also co-leads bi-monthly author webinars through his company, Copeland Consults LLC, in partnership with the Hero Leadership Program, helping writers and entrepreneurs elevate their personal and professional brands. At the heart of his mission is a passion for service, faith, and transformation. Whether in classrooms, communities, or conference halls, Dr. Copeland continues to inspire others to turn purpose into action and challenges into opportunities for growth.
I am Steve-O, 1821 Production, Voice of the Voiceless, and this is Crawl, Walk, Run Podcast, Season 2, Episode 5. And we are up close with Dr. Michael Copeland, my brother. How you doing, my man?
All righty. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you, man? It's been a while.
Good. Very good. Can't complain.
It has been a while. I'm having technical difficulties already, but we're going to make it happen, man. I definitely got the worst internet in the world, man, where I live, dude, but that's okay. As long as you're up there, that's all that counts. So we're going to knock it out, man. Dr. Michael Copeland, what does crawl, walk, run mean to you?
So crawl, walk, run. That's a very interesting term because I believe that we all have to start off as infants, and then we learn to walk, and then we become adults. That's the running part, right? But that can be looked at as in many different ways. You might be crawling into a new business, and then you have to learn to walk, making that business run. And then you have to learn to run after that. You have to learn to walk and then to run. Excuse me. Also, with writing a book, you first got to write down your notes. You have to put together your thoughts, and then you have to make it walk by bringing it to life. you putting it on the computer, going through edits, proofreading, and then making it run. Once the book is published, now it's time to put it out there. So crawl, walk, run can mean a lot of different things in a lot of different cases. Also with mental health, as we're here today for the mental health podcast, learning how to crawl, walk and run throughout your mental health is very important and very vital as well. A person has been through a lot of trauma or has been through an ordeal or a whole situation, it takes them back. It sets them back. It takes them down mentally. So you have to learn to crawl again. You have to learn to walk again by starting over with life or starting afresh, starting anew. So crawl, walk, run can mean a bunch of different things in different situations, depending on whatever life circumstance it is. So I love what this show means and what you're doing for the community for it. Thank you.
So that being said, what is trauma to you? And if you do suffer from trauma, what is it? And if not, what do you do to help people, with trauma?
So trauma to me is pretty much um, experiencing what you've been through. I mean, that has something dramatic, something huge has happened to you in a negative way, and it's affected you. So past trauma could be being fired or being laid off, or it could be coming out of an abusive relationship, or it could be coming from an abusive home. It could be the lights are out and I have to figure out how I'm gonna get my kids to school. And my over the course of my career, I've seen different areas where trauma exists. I've seen trauma in the home. I've seen trauma in the schools. I've seen it among staff members. I've seen it among peers. I've seen it among students, families, parents. Trauma comes in many different forms. Currently, I'm proud to say that I am a trauma survivor. As far as I'm a suicide survivor. Almost, almost 18 years. Almost 19 years of being a survivor. So my trauma back in its time, I was in a mental health breakdown due to a variety of reasons. Back in 2006, coming out of high school, and so I had to learn to crawl, walk, and run back then. And I had to rededicate my life to Christ. So that's part of the crawl, walk, and run. I had to get saved again. I had to let God work on me and grow my faith once again. So now I help students. All my books are based off education, teaching, and mentoring. So I help youth overcome trauma. I've helped parents overcome trauma, and also any friends or anybody who can relate to whatever I've been through. Our testimonies are not for ourselves; they're for anyone else. So if I ever run into somebody who has had suicidal thoughts or has had mental health issues that I can relate to, I definitely share my testimony. My testimonies are in my books, so my books also are a resource. And yeah, I mean, those are just some examples of what trauma means to me and what I do to try to help others. Yes.
I think you already answered the third question. So with trauma, um, what are the coping mechanisms that you use to help people?
So pretty much talking, make check-ins, making sure that people have what they need to be to be successful. Always checking on your family, always checking on your friends, making sure that if it's a student, making sure that student has the resources they need. If you ever hear of anything that a student says, pay attention, report it. If they're talking anything about suicide or anything to that matter, make sure that you are talking with the parents, talking with the students, talking with the staff, keeping everybody on red alert, making sure that your kids are going home to safe environments, making sure that they have the stability that they need, making sure that um, anybody, if anybody's lacking any resources, making sure that you obtain those resources. So a big part of my career in wraparound services was dealing with that type of thing. So providing that barrier to that resource. Yeah. So, and also, like I said, my books are a great resource for mentoring and for helping anybody who is dealing with that type of issue, especially when it comes to in the schools, because I mean, mental health is real, and you definitely want to make sure that you are paying attention because there's been too much loss out here, and a lot of people are killing themselves and dying silently when the signs were there all along. So you have to pay attention to the signs. Are people isolating themselves? Are people always like looking down, or are they in a negative mindset? Pay attention to people's words, but also prayer. I mean, bringing people to church. I have a ministry group virtually and on social media. I add people to those groups so they can get some inspiration. Hearing God's word, seeing a positive message, seeing a positive prayer. So, of course, there's a lot more that we can all be doing because this is a prevalent issue. But the best resource is the Lord, and going to prayer, going to church. Putting Him first. Being that influence as well.
So the floor is yours. So I want to hear.
Sure. So pretty much, I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. One of three kids. I definitely had two devoted parents who instilled education, the Lord, and all positive values and morals in me. Definitely, I love my city, Cleveland, Ohio. Definitely started my career here. I started my career here pretty much after returning from Nashville. So I graduated from Central State University. From there, I started my career teaching in uh, where I went to Nashville, Tennessee for a number of years, and then I came back to Cleveland after I got married. So I do have a wife of 9 years. We also have a daughter, and that's pretty much about my home life. But I definitely, like I said, I definitely enjoy mentoring. I definitely enjoy education. I definitely enjoy reading. I also have a business that I started called Copeland Consults LLC. So I created this niche when I first started writing. When I first started writing, I definitely found a new niche, and it really was therapeutic. It helped me to get my story out, and so like my mentor had told me, who encouraged me to start writing. Tell your story. You have a story to tell, and that's what I did. And when I wrote my first book, it's like I couldn't stop writing. And so I thought it was just gonna be a one and done, but it wasn't. It transformed into a second book, a two-part series, and then from there, I was able to form an anthology where I collaborated with 14 other authors. So 15 of us wrote a book together, and so now I have three books, and I actually have two more books they're underway, and also a third book, which will be a children's book. So by the end of next year, I plan to have six books, and I'll also have some other endeavors of book collaborations going on as well. So anyway, writing a book, I had no idea that it would lead to starting a whole new business and a whole new niche and a new chapter in life. I had no idea where this was going to lead to. So Copeland Consults LLC was kind of born out of this process, and so after I wrote my book, I wanted to also help others write their books, and so I want others to pretty much. I had a passion for helping people share their story. A lot of times we do things in comparison. Oh my, well, what I've been through is not as it's not as much as somebody else went through, or my story is really not that big. Yes, it is. And so I help people get their stories out there. So through my business, I've had the pleasure of helping birth a lot of new authors who have finally written their stories. Like along with the anthology and with authors who have written their own books. I actually have several other authors who are getting ready to come out between now and February. So I'm excited to see them launch their books for the first time and get their stories out there. So that is become my passion. I just love hearing what people have been through, sharing their experiences, sharing their advice, sharing what they've learned, and sharing what they have to offer. You never know what story is going to touch who or what, or how. So never feel that your story is not good enough. And so this all became a business, like we do. And now I was able to form connections and partnerships with other authors, and collaborate. And we were able to, do webinars and co-teach and become a part of conferences, speaking on panels. And it just grew. It just grew and grew and grew. When you start doing what you love, it really just starts to blossom. And so now I just enjoy helping people get their stories out on paper. My authors take time to write their stories. Like a lot of my authors this year have taken this entire year to write their first books. And so I'm excited to see, what these new authors are gonna grow into from their launches coming up. And so getting their stories out there has been very important to me and very vital. And seeing how they're going to affect the community is going to be amazing. And also, putting together marketing plans, helping people grow their brands as authors, has definitely been amazing. So, and the authors that have already launched their books, it's just amazing to see their progress and their sales and how well they've been doing. And we even created a spotlight author event at our webinars to feature authors who have already launched their books. And so, just creating that platform for new and aspiring authors, and even authors who are seasoned. It's just been great to build community and also bring authors together to build networking. A lot of authors, don't even know a whole lot of other authors. I've had the pleasure of being at enough conferences and networking with a lot of authors throughout my author career, that I wanted other authors to experience that. So creating a platform for authors to come together, collaborate, network, and support each other. That's also has been important to me as well. So yeah, I mean, Copeland Consults LLC is still new. We're getting ready to be 2 years old, but I love where it's going, and each year gets better and better.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So tell me about are you done? Is that it?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. You being a 10-time award winning author, man, I thought you'd have just a whole flow of things. But so a lot of people don't know here, we know each other. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I had the pleasure of meeting Bill through International Impact Book Awards. We're both IIBA winners. We also were both in the Author of the Year a selection contest for 2025. And so Bill reached out to me. I guess my IIBA award came just before his did. So I guess he had seen me on Facebook, and he had reached out just for some advice on getting up there on stage. And the rest was history, man. We definitely have been collaborating on a lot of different things since then. Bill's been a client of mine. I've definitely have enjoyed helping him with his last book, just trying to get on Barnes and Noble and Ingram Spark, and helping him get his new book out there. He's also attended the webinars as well, and we definitely appreciate his support there. So yeah, I mean, my relationship with Bill is just an example of what I was talking about. Building and networking, and providing a platform for authors to collaborate and connect. And Bill's got a lot. I know Bill's like, this ain't about me, but just to brag on Bill a little bit, he's got a lot of creativity and a lot of savvy when it comes to putting out content and marketing. And so I definitely encouraged him that he needs to start his own author business. And so I'm glad to see that he's starting that too, along with his podcast. So just a little bit, a segment about Bill and I.
I'm glad you're keeping the conversation going while I keep disappearing, but that's all right.
So we make it work, man. We make it work. You know, technology
Yeah, I
always on
don't.
our side. We make it
Hey,
work.
when I first started doing this, man, like it only disappeared a couple times when I was with Johanna, but today, man, the internet must just be terrible, man. So I'm glad that if I disappear, just keep it going. So yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know, these things happen. You know, we've had technical difficulties in our webinars. You know, technology is what it is. You know, it's not always on our side, but um, you know, it's like anything else. You have to make it work. You know, you know, when you have to when things happen, you just keep pushing and keep moving forward. So
I think it's only with StreamYard, man, because I've been using my tablet and nothing disappears, man. But when I go to record, man, I don't know why I keep disappearing, man. But okay, but you know how it is. Do you have anything else to bring up? So when I edit this, I'll add your books and stuff like that. But
yep, for sure, for sure. But definitely, this is a great platform for all authors. I know the other guests have probably felt the same way. I thank you so much for providing a platform for authors just to come out and talk about their books, but also the importance of mental health and the importance of trauma and of the effects of trauma. You know, everything you're doing for the community, especially for veterans too. Like I saw how you took that veteran out to eat on Veterans Day. I mean, everything you're doing for the community is remarkable. So the platforms you're providing and creating have been wonderful. And I think that you are definitely onto something. And I think that you definitely should keep doing what you're doing because it's definitely blessing your community for sure.
you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. My goodness. All right. Well, I want to thank you for being part of the show. Always thank you for what you're doing, man. If that's it, I guess we're going to close out, and I'm just going to do my final thought right here beside you, because I'm afraid to let you go down and then lose you again. So
All right, Bill. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you bringing me on the show, and definitely best wishes to you and all your future endeavors, man. And I know that even past all the technical difficulties, man, I know this show will definitely affect others in a very positive way. So keep doing what you're doing, man. All right, keep driving, keep pushing.
yeah, man. Thanks. So final thought is mental health is a life sentence without parole, and I close the show. This will stream near Thanksgiving. Love, peace, and joy on The Voice. I'm Steve-O. I'm out. Mike, if I lose you, man, I'll just chat with you online. All right, man?
All right, take care, man.
So, yeah, man. So I'm going to close the show out with the ending, and always remember.
Crawl, walk, run has been brought to you by 1821 Productions, voice of the voiceless. If you have a story, please reach out. We are the voice of the unheard. Till next time.